What is up, YouTube? My name is Big Boy Snatch 9 TV, aka what kind of snacks you want, because I got plenty going around. As you can tell by the title, the thumbnail, and the video by itself. This is my WWE Raw review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please give this video 30 likes. Full watch the video for more from the beginning or towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more Western content that I do on the channel. Go check out my WWE Saturday Night's main event review and highlights. Follow my social media down below in the description. Now let's get started. Now, WWE Raw was a decent show, and I give that show a 5 out of 10. WWE Raw was live from Hershey, Pennsylvania, Giant Center. Alright. WWE Then Now Forever Together. We opened with a video package looking back at Saturday Night's main event, centered around John Cena's final match. Many of the big moments from the match are shown, including John Cena's final tapping out before the focus is turned to the celebration of his career post match. The final shot of the package is John Cena saluting his fans after a long journey and making his way to the back. John Cena should never have tap out to Gunther. Right? John Cena should never have tap out to Gunther right in front of millions of fans. But I know that Teddy Long would never let that happen. And I know Vince McMahon would never let that happen. But anyway, from there we go to an early quiet crowd at the Hershey Giant Pennsylvania Center. Hershey, Pennsylvania Giant Center. Though that doesn't last long, as the crowd immediately began booing the arrival of Gunther to the stage. The man who made John Cena give up enjoying the hate coming his way from the Hershey crowd as he heads towards the ring. He stops at the ring steps before heading to the announcer table, standing upon it to enjoy even more of the boos from the fans as Alicia Taylor introduced him. I gotta take a sip of my water. Alright, finally, the ring general makes his way into the ring, standing with a microphone in hand. As the crowd continues to show their disdain, he climbs the nearest turnbuckle to, as the kids will say, far more aura as the crowd now begins chanting, "You suck" at Gunther. And that was a highlight of the night, of the crowd booing Gunther. The crowd reminds him of his previous falling as they chant, "You tapped out." Excuse me. Or something. Gunther has a smirk at before he starts to speak, only for the crowd to shut him down with more booing. He can't help but enjoy how much the crowd are on his case after Saturday Night's main event. A grin forming on his face before finally speaking. He says he did what he said he would do. He made John Cena give up. The crowd tried to fight him as the crowd continued booing, while Gunther says that when he gave up, John Cena tapped out like a little you know what. He drops the microphone, leaving the ring to soak in the entire altercation from this crowd, only to return to the ring, climbing the turnbuckle to mark the crowd some more. Seemingly satisfied with the hate coming his way now, Gunther finally leaves the ring again. He's up the ramp, only to make his way back, returning to the announce table to taunt the fans yet again. Gunther, he grabs a mic. He grabs another microphone to remind the fans that he made John Cena tap out like a little you know what, and that he will forever known as the man who made John Cena give up. The crowd boos some more, chanting "You suck" at Gunther drops the mic before making his way back up to the ramp. He followed Gunther through the gorilla position into the backstage area, where he stares down Otis and Akira Tozawa. Otis says something Gunther must feel pretty good about what he did, to which the ring general says he does. Excuse me. He continues his walk before bumping into R-Truth, who calls Gunther a piece of trash. Good on R-Truth for standing on business by R-Truth calling Gunther a piece of trash. Good on R-Truth on that. Gunther is inclined to agree. continue to make his way through the backstage area until he is confronted by Adam Pearce. The Raw general manager talks about what Gunther did, saying he walked all over Cena's legacy tonight because he knew John Cena isn't coming back. That doesn't make you a ring general. That makes you a piece. That makes you a you know what. Gunther, I'm not Gunther. Adam Pearce was standing on business. So good job on Adam Pearce for standing on business. He tells Gunther he's done and to find the exit. Gunther just continues to enjoy himself as he heads to the parking lot to get into his car, only to see AJ Styles waiting for him. AJ Styles rather silent something Gunther acknowledges before getting into his car, mocking AJ Styles with John Cena, "You can't see me," gasher before driving off. Excuse me. Now Gunther is the bro. I can't believe that Gunther made Goldberg retire and John. It went from Goldberg to retire at Saturday Night's main event to John Cena retire last night from Saturday Night's main event, and AJ Styles is next on that list. So AJ Styles is going to be retired in 2026. So AJ Styles is next on that list. But we all hate Gunther. That's all I gotta say. That's like me saying that we all hate Triple H that for making John Cena tap out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hates Triple H, just like everybody hates Gunther, and that's all I gotta say. Brilliant open segment tonight. Gunther didn't need to say much to get hate. Really learning into just how much the crowd would try to shut him down. I also enjoy his long walk through backstage to the parking lot. I appreciate the camera following him the whole way. Wow. We cut away as the commentator talks about what just happened. Superstars arrivals, including some of the women involved in the two big title matches for the night. The Vision and a returning CM Punk. Video package. The Usos are back in the tag team division, setting their eyes on a New Day as they put the division on notice. We return to ringside where the Usos enter through the crowd. They face the New Day up next, kicking off in-ring action on Raw. So we'll go to commercial break. We return to ringside where the New Day are accompanied by Grayson Waller on their way down the ramp. They taunt the crowd before entering the ring, and after a stare down between both teams, this match is underway. So we get the first match: the Usos, Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso versus the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. This was a fun tag team match to watch, but I guarantee you, Jey Uso is going to turn on Jimmy Uso. I can definitely see that one coming. Alright, we start off with Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston circling the mat before locking up, with Kofi escaping the grasp of Jimmy Uso of a side headlock of his own. Jimmy Uso turns it around, but is sent to the ropes, where he responds with a shoulder tackle. He dodges a dropkick by Kofi Kingston, but before the two end up in a standoff, Kofi charges at Jimmy Uso, who catches him with their right hand before tagging in Jey Uso. Jey Uso gets a few shots in on Kofi Kingston, sending him to the ropes for a clothesline, only for Xavier Woods to catch him while the referee is distracted. Kofi Kingston sends Jey Uso to the outside, mocking the crowd alongside Xavier Woods as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. We return from commercial break as Jey Uso makes the hot tag to Jimmy Uso, who lays into Kofi Kingston before being sent to the corner. He sends Xavier Woods off the apron before nailing Kofi Kingston with a kick, forcing Kofi Kingston to the corner for a hip attack. He climbs the turnbuckle but has to deal with Xavier Woods and Grayson Waller, and this allows Kofi Kingston to send him to the outside. Kofi Kingston distracts the referee, allowing Xavier Woods and Grayson Waller to land some more shots before Kofi Kingston brings Jimmy Uso back in. Tag made to Xavier Woods, who stomps away at Jimmy Uso before tagging Kofi Kingston back in. Kofi Kingston with a few more shots of his own before Xavier Woods tag in once more. He tags Jimmy Uso down for a near fall. Xavier Woods sends Jimmy Uso to the corner, tagging Kofi in for a double team as Jimmy Uso is caught in a trio roll, but Jimmy Uso managed to dodge Kofi Kingston at the last second. Tag made to Jey Uso, who lays into Xavier Woods before sending him to the corner. Xavier Woods dodges him but takes a third kick off the ropes, which gets Jey Uso a 2 count. He sends Xavier Woods to the outside for a dive, bringing him back into the ring to climb up for an Uso splash. in a near fall as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Jey Uso lands some shots as the crowd chants yeet, but the Usos is tripped up by Grayson Waller as he hits the ropes. The referee sees Grayson Waller gloating about this and ejects him from ringside. Xavier Woods is distraught and this allows the Usos to land a double super kick on Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston sends the latter out of the ring before landing a pair of Uso splashes on Xavier Woods, covered by Jey Uso, but it's only good for a 2 count. Tag made to side quest Jimmy Uso, and the pair look for another super kick, only for Jey Uso to be pulled out of the ring by Kofi Kingston. This allows Xavier Woods to roll Jimmy Uso up for a close 2 count before sending him out of the ring for a DDT to the floor. Tag made to Kofi Kingston for a splash, and Kofi Kingston tags Xavier Woods back in for a double team and the cover before Jimmy Uso nearly breaks the pin. Trouble in Paradise connects on Jimmy Uso, taking him out as all 4 men are left on the mat. New Day makes it to their feet as we see Jey Uso roll out of the ring, and the pair laid into Jimmy Uso some more, only for Jimmy Uso to break free, landing a super kick on Kofi Kingston before sending Xavier Woods to the outside for a spear by Jey Uso. Kofi Kingston missed the Trouble in Paradise, leading to a spear by SideQuest Jimmy Uso and a tag to Jey Uso. 1D connects and Jey Uso gets the pin on Kofi Kingston for the Usos to score the win. The winner of the match by pinfall, the SideQuest Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. And this was a fun tag team match to watch. We get a replay of the finish before cutting away, but I guarantee you that Jey Uso is going to turn on Jimmy Uso. I can definitely see that happening. Alright, fun opening match. The Usos versus the New Day was a nice walk back down memory lane. Though it will be real, you can't fool me into thinking the Usos are 100% back as a team as long as you keep using Jey Uso's thing for them. LOL, hashtag WWE Raw. Video package. The Kabuki Warriors addresses Io Sky betraying them by alleging with Rhea Ripley, promising she will know nothing but pain. The promise to beat the pair to retain the women's tag team championships on January 5th. January 5th. Backstage, we see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. We hear from them up next. Commercial break. Video package. We take a look back at last week and Logan Paul's attack on Rey Mysterio, made slightly more complicated by the arrival of the mystery man from Survivor Series, which is Austin Theory, as you see the thumbnail, who later cost LA Knight the match against Logan Paul. Vision beats down LA Knight post-match all the way to the backstage area where they set him up for a tsunami on the top of the car. I've seen this before. I remember when Bronson Reed hit a tsunami on top of Braun Strowman on top of the car. I remember that. But I knew for a fact that was Austin Theory at War Games. I knew it was Austin Theory. It was not Jake Paul. It was not Trick Williams. It was not Jacob Fatu. And it's not Seth Rollins. And it's not Montez Ford. Because why would Seth Rollins help the Vision? The Vision already kicked out Seth Rollins. It made sense that Austin Theory to be revealed as the Masked Man. And the leader of the Vision is Austin Theory. So this was a perfect decision. And that's facts by itself. If y'all don't believe me, go watch my WWE War Games review on Hindsight. I straight called it down the middle of Austin Theory was the Masked Man. I called it. Because Austin Theory hit a super kick and a curve stomp at War Games. And that's all I got to say. Alright, let me continue. I just had to put this out there. Backstage, the Vision talks about taking LA Knight out before turning their attention to CM Punk. Mentions of the Masked Man lead to Paul Heyman addressing it, admitting he'll take the help. Braun Breaker pulls Paul Heyman aside to talk about taking out CM Punk, but Paul Heyman points out he is 21 days, 504 hours away from Braun Breaker beating CM Punk to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Paul Heyman leaves as Logan Paul asks Braun Breaker to lock in ahead of their Mavericks match against Rey Mysterio. Short but sweet Vision segment covering what happened with LA Knight before focus on upcoming matches. The last of Logan Paul. I see the better, but I can't complain about his presence tonight. LOL. Hashtag WWE Raw. You already knew that not Logan Paul. You already knew that Paul Heyman was bringing Austin Theory. You already because Paul Heyman had something to do with it, of Austin Theory. So that's all. That's all I gotta say. All right. Commentary talks about what happened last week. Nothing that LA Knight is out indefinitely after an attack by Division last week. They also hype up CM Punk speaking later tonight before Io Sky and Rhea Ripley break their way out to a big pop from the crowd. When LA Knight gets full recovery, LA Knight, you better go get your get back on the Vision. And that's all I gotta say. What the Vision did to LA Knight was on call for. And that's all I gotta say. The pair head towards the ring until Rhea Ripley takes a piece of I'm sorry, let me read that over. The pair head towards the ring until Rhea Ripley takes a face full of poison mist. Kabuki Warriors blindside Rhea Ripley and Io Sky before taking Rhea Ripley into the ring. I'm glad I had to correct myself, and I'm glad I did. Anyway, let me continue. The referee can't stop the pair from setting Rhea Ripley up for an insane elbow, but Io Sky jumps into the ring, covering Rhea Ripley to take the brunt of it. Kabuki Warriors leaves the ring to celebrate up the ramp as the officials check on the pair to take us to commercial break. And all I gotta say is here, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, you better go get your get back on the Kabuki Warriors, and that's all I gotta say. Speaking of short but sweet, we get a segment dedicated solely to a beatdown by the Kabuki Warriors. We hear from Rhea Ripley and Io Sky up next. Narrator, we did not hear from Rhea Ripley and Io Sky up next. This feud must continue, and this exactly is going to happen. This feud is going to continue until it stops. So we go to commercial break. We take a look back at what just happened before returning to ringside, where Avinai is standing by for our next match, making her entrance. Next is the champ, as Maxine Dupree gets a nice crowd pop from her way to the ring. We get an introduction for the challenger and the champ, and this match gets underway. Before I go over this match, I love the video package of Natalya and Maxine Dupree. They were both going at it in that video package, and I love every second of it. But y'all need to book Maxine Dupree as a heel, and that's all I gotta say from here. All right, so we get the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship match, defense against Ivy 9, and this was a pretty good match, and that's all I gotta say. But I'm glad that Maxine Dupree retained her WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Ivy 9 mocks the champ as she goes on the attack, taking Maxine Dupree for some mounted punches. She brings Maxine Dupree to her feet before sending her to the corner, but Maxine Dupree goes for an ankle lock to force Ivy 9 back off. Ivy 9 catches the champ in the corner, but Maxine Dupree catches her in the armbar of shorts on the ropes before the referee intervenes. She leaves the ring only to be blindsided by the challenger as we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, both women are in the ring as Ivy 9 continues to lay into the champ until Maxine Dupree counters a reverse suplex to take Ivy 9 to the mat. The two fight their way to their feet, where Maxine Dupree absorbs a couple of forearm strikes before sending Ivy 9 to the canvas with a boot. She slams the challenger down hard, forcing Ivy 9 to the corner, before landing a fisherman suplex with a bridging pin for 2. Ivy 9 back to her feet, sending the champ to the mat with a powerbomb for a near fall of her own. Maxine Dupree gets to the corner to get back up, where Ivy 9 lays into her with punches until the champ lands a sit-out powerbomb for a near fall. She goes up top, but is caught by Ivy 9 for a trio roll, dragging sleep until the referee intervenes for a 4 count. The champ is still tied up, but takes Ivy 9 off the turnbuckle before breaking free for a crossbody. Ivy 9 dodges it, rolling Maxine Dupree up for a near fall. Maxine Dupree changes in the ankle lock, with the challenger trying multiple times to break free before sending the champ into the corner. Maxine Dupree clutches the hold one more time, locking in a grapevine to make Ivy 9 tap out for the win. The winner by submission and still your WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Maxine Dupree. And this was a pretty good and this was a pretty good match. But I'm glad that y'all booking Maxine Dupree better, and that's all I gotta say. Maxine Dupree celebrates as we cut away. Good women's Intercontinental title match here. Was nice to revisit the hostility between Aubrey Knight and Maxine Dupree, especially Maxine Dupree showing how much she's grown as of late in the in ring side of things. Good win for Maxine Dupree to retain #WWE Raw, which is I agree with that statement. Video package looking back at the encore of Saturday night's main event, which was focused on the celebration to present the future of the WWE. Backstage, Adam Pearce talks up Javon Evans and his efforts at Saturday night's main event before El Grande Americano and his amazing amigo interrupted to talk smack. Javon Evans won't stand for the Americano to talk crazy about NXT or himself, and this gives Adam Pearce an idea to book a match for next week. Javon Evans will face El Grande, or rather his friend Rayo Americano, next week. Y'all need to put Javon Evans on SmackDown, and that's all I gotta say. Cause Javon Evans is the future of the WWE, and Javon Evans has that dog in him, and that's all I gotta say. All right, commercial break. CM Punk makes his way to a big pop from the crowd, singing along to his theme as CM Punk heads to the ring. He's not happy as he goes into how he felt sitting at home the past 2 weeks. Listen to the Neanderthal Nepo baby Braun Breaker speaking. He addresses the words Braun Breaker has had to say, saying Braun Breaker can't even handle 2025 CM Punk without the help of his friends. He mockingly congratulates Brawny on pinning the champ, saying he didn't do it alone. CM Punk said has been here many times before, and Braun Breaker can't ask Paul Heyman how many times he said someone with a little bit of promise up on only to seize them rather. If he had a dime for every time someone tried to gas up with a lot of promise, he have a pocket full of dimes. And speaking of dimes, if Braun Breaker ever talks about CM Punk's wife again, which is AJ Lee, he will on second thought. I think I'll better leave the rest of that out. CM Punk tells Braun Breaker to bring all the help he can get, including his dumb father and his dumber brother Scott, cause he will need it going up against CM Punk on January 5th. He will take out the YouTuber scammer, and that leaves Dumb and Dumber, and all the center math in the world won't matter because the GTS means 1, 2, 3, still the champion of the world, the best in the world, CM Punk. This was a good segment by CM Punk. Alright. He drops the microphone as his music hits. He points to his title as we cut away. Braun Breaker poking the bear in past weeks, gloating about pinning CM Punk, and CM Punk makes sure to give back about as good as he took here tonight. LOL. He's hoping for a banger of a match, not married by too many interference on January 5th. #WWE Raw. The Judgment Day talks about JD McDonagh being on the shelf and Finn Balor spending some time with him before Liv Morgan talks of Raquel Rodriguez becoming the new Women's World Champion. They hype up taking back the Women's Tag Team Champions as well. With that, Raquel Rodriguez walks off to head to ringside. And I know for a fact that Liv Morgan got something up on her sleeve. But please, can you kick off Finn Balor of the Judgment Day so Finn Balor can go after the Intercontinental Championship? So Finn Balor can go after Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. I would love to see Finn Balor kicked out of the Judgment Day so Finn Balor can go after Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Because I believe it's about that time. Alright, speaking of, we head to ringside for the rival of Stephanie McCure, ready to defend her title against Raquel Rodriguez when we come back from break. Commercial break. We return to the ring as Raquel Rodriguez has arrived since Judgment Day, and we get an introduction for the challenger and the champion before this match gets underway. So we get the next match right here. So we get WWE Women's World Championship Stephanie McCure defense against Raquel Rodriguez. And this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie, this was a decent match in my opinion. But until Nikki Bella cost the matchup. Alright, Raquel Rodriguez charges at the champ, who dodges it only to be caught in a wrist lock by Raquel Rodriguez. She sends Stephanie McCure to the mat before hitting the ropes, but the champ fights back before heading to the ropes herself, running right into a shoulder tackle by the challenger Raquel Rodriguez. Sends Stephanie McCure to the corner for some punches, mounting off with the referee when he intervenes. This allows Stephanie McCure to turn things around for a 2 count. The champ lands a headbutt before heading up top, but she leaps into the arms of Raquel Rodriguez, who drops her with a suplex for a near fall of her own as we head to commercial break. We're back from commercial break. Raquel Rodriguez stops the champ from taking control as she locks in a nerve hold. Stephanie McCure struggles to break free, sending the challenger to the ropes before landing a few shots on Raquel Rodriguez. She sends the challenger to the corner for a clothesline, followed by a dragon screw that sends Raquel Rodriguez to the mat hard. Raquel Rodriguez managed to fight back, now sending the champ into the corner for some more shots until Stephanie McCure locks in the armbar on the ropes. But the challenger just holds Stephanie McCure up, landing a powerbomb for a 2 count. She can go up top, but Stephanie McCure dodges, landing a kick and a slam to take Raquel Rodriguez to the mat. She sets Raquel Rodriguez up for a devil's kiss, landing 10 shots to force the challenger to scramble to the corner for a rope break. Meteor connects in the corner, but Raquel Rodriguez blocks the SBB to send the champ to the mat. Stephanie McCure heads to the corner, catching Raquel Rodriguez in the corner for another armbar to pull her out of the ring. She sends the challenger into the ring post, only for Nikki Bella to blindside her as the referee calls for the bell. The winner by disqualification is still your Women's World Champion, Stephanie McCure. Why did Nikki Bella come out there to ruin that match? Nikki Bella continues to attack as she sends Stephanie McCure back into the ring for a Rack Attack 2.0, marking the champ as her music plays. Quite like that Women's World Title match right up until the disqualification finish. Remembering that Nikki Bella is still around has brought my enjoyment of this show down, way down. Oh well. Hashtag WWE Raw. Backstage, Adam Pearce confronted Paul Heyman about who is the masked man. Is Paul Heyman runs down a list that ends with Brutal Sammartino saying he's not guilty, but it's convinced as he walks off. Adam Pearce says he wants to know by the end of the night, but is interrupted by the arrival of Rhea Ripley, who says she wants Asuka. That match is made official for next week. And Paul Heyman has something to do with Austin Theory, because Paul Heyman already been knew. Paul Heyman had something planned all along, which is Paul Heyman brought Austin Theory to the Vision, and that's facts. All right, let me continue. I want to know by the end of the night, Adam Pearce with a very big ask for a decisive conclusion to anything here tonight. Hashtag WWE Raw. Elsewhere, Rey Mysterio talks to CM Punk on his way to ringside. CM Punk tells Rey Mysterio to punch Logan Paul in the face, something Rey Mysterio looks to do when he faces the Maverick in our main event. And that match is up next, so we'll go to commercial break. Backstage, we hear from Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, who want to remind everyone that the top of the tag team division decided to speak with Adam Pearce before Nikki Bella chimes in to put Stephanie McCure and Raquel Rodriguez on notice, saying they both should be shining her boots before she walks off. Next week on Raw, we get Javon Evans for Rayo versus Rayo Americano, which is Javon Evans will win next week. So we get Bayley versus Roxanne Perez, which is already we seen that match. Then we get Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. Elsewhere, Bayley hypes up matching the Free for retaining her title before Lyra Kira checks in on her for losing to Saruka. She seems unconcerned about herself until Lyra Kira bullies Bayley into firing back up before walking away. That was a good match between Bayley and Saruka. Saruka got that dog in her. On Saturday Night's Main Event, Saruka has that dog in her. That was a good match between Bayley and Saruka. I love that match. Alright. Back at ringside, there has been enough talk. It's time for our main event. Rey Mysterio makes his way out to a nice pop from the crowd, and he will face Logan Paul when he comes back from commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Back at ringside, Logan Paul rides to the ring and mocks Rey Mysterio throwing something at the Hall of Famer to get this match on the way. So we get the main event of the evening. So we get the Maverick Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. And this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This match, I might as well say this was a what else I say? This match right here, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This was a pretty good main event match, and that's all I have to say right here. All right, let me go over this match right quick. Where is it? I found it. And yeah, I found it. This was a pretty good main event match right here. Logan Paul dodges an early charge by Rey Mysterio, sending him to the corner for a couple shots. Rey Mysterio fights back, sending Logan Paul to the ropes for a 619 attempt, but Logan Paul intercepts him on the way back to the ropes, landing a few punches for a good measure. Logan Paul mocks the crowd before bringing Rey Mysterio to his feet, sending him to the corner with a hammer throw before grabbing his belt to whip across Mysterio. The referee intervenes and Logan Paul finally tosses the belt away before charging at Rey Mysterio in the corner. Another hammer throw, but this time Rey Mysterio fights back to send Logan Paul to the mat with the head scissors. He takes the Maverick Logan Paul to the corner for a punch, but Logan Paul quickly breaks free to send Rey Mysterio to the mat. He sends Rey Mysterio to the ropes now, catching him in his arms for a rolling slam and a springboard moonsault across the ring, right into the knees of Rey Mysterio. This forces Logan Paul to take a breather on the outside, but not for long. Rey Mysterio takes him to the floor with a seated senton off the apron as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Logan Paul is back in control as he hits a corner splash on Rey Mysterio, only to get sent to the ropes by the Hall of Famer. Logan Paul dodges another 619 attempt, forcing Rey Mysterio to drop to the mat before taunting the crowd. They chant Logan Paul sucks as Logan Paul goes up top, only to be caught with a right hand by Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio lands some more shots on the top rope, followed by a Hurricanrana that drops Logan Paul to the canvas for a 2 count. Logan Paul fights to his feet, and the only man trade strikes. Logan Paul with a boot before sending Rey Mysterio to the ropes, catch Rey Mysterio for a running power slam and a near fall before Rey Mysterio kicks out. He brings Rey Mysterio to his feet again, setting up for a powerbomb before Rey Mysterio counter, sending Logan Paul to the ropes. But Logan Paul cuts him off at yet another 619 attempt. Logan Paul follows up with a pair of vertical suplexes, invoking the name of Eddie Guerrero. As he sets Rey Mysterio up on the turnbuckle, he goes for a suplex, but Rey Mysterio blocks it and lands a sunset powerbomb. Logan Paul is looking in rough shape as Rey Mysterio sends him to the outside with a sliding drop kick. Rey Mysterio hits the ropes for a sliding splash under the bottom rope, bringing Logan Paul back into the ring. We see Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker coming down the ramp, but CM Punk appears with a chair to stop them. He runs the pair off as Logan Paul tries to sneak attack Rey Mysterio, only for Rey Mysterio to roll him up for a 2 count. Rey Mysterio goes for a Hurricanrana, but gets slammed to the mat by Logan Paul instead. And Logan Paul crawls to the ropes, asking for an assist from Paul Heyman, who hands him the brass knuckles. Rey Mysterio catches the Maverick, sending him into the ropes to finally connect with the 619 as he looks ready to drop the dime for the ropes. But the Masked Man, which is Austin Theory, shows up while the referee is focused on Logan Paul and lands a curb stomp on the Hall of Famer. Logan Paul takes advantage of this, bringing him into the ring for a fall splash to pick up the win. The winner of the match by pinfall, Logan Paul. This was a pretty good main event match between Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. Logan Paul stares at the Masked Man, who makes his escape through the crowd. When CM Punk comes to the ring, the mystery man walks up the stairs before pulling the mask off, revealing himself as Austin Theory, which is I've been knew it. I've been calling it straight down the middle that Austin Theory was the Masked Man, because Austin Theory showed up at War Games. He hit a super kick on CM Punk and he hit a super kick and cursed on CM Punk at War Games, and I called it straight down the middle. And I told y'all it was not Jake Paul, and it was not Jacob Fatu, it was not Trick Williams, it was not Montez Ford, and it was not Seth Rollins. I told y'all I am never wrong. I'm going to repeat myself one more time. I am never wrong, and I told y'all it was Austin Theory was the Masked Man, and I told y'all that. Put some respect on my name. Y'all better hit that subscribe button right now, because I'm on the road to 12K. And sign up, and I know there's gonna be people is gonna agree with me in the comment section. But give me 30 likes on this video. But anyway, let me continue. CM Punk shouts at Austin Theory from the turnbuckle until he gets blasted out by Braun Breaker, who sits beside the fallen champ, as we hear from him say CM Punk is right, this is business. But if he talks about Braun's family ever again, he won't be able to stand on 2 feet ever again. Austin Theory looks on from the crowd as the Vision stands tall to bring Raw to a close. And I knew it for the whole time, that Austin Theory is the leader of the Vision. This was perfect timing. This was a perfect decision. And I've been saying this since my WWE War Games Reveal highlights. If Austin Theory was to join the Vision, this will be a perfect decision. Look what happened tonight. What I tell y'all on my WWE War Games Reveal highlights, that Austin Theory attacked CM Punk to join the Vision as the leader of the Vision. This was a perfect decision by Austin Theory. This was a perfect decision. And now that CM Punk has to feud against Austin Theory. And this was a perfect decision by Austin Theory joining the Vision. And that's all I gotta say. Because why would Seth Rollins help the Vision, even though the Vision already kicked out Seth Rollins? That doesn't even make any sense. But I'm glad that I was right and I never wrong. Of Austin Theory joining the Vision, I am never wrong. And I know people in the comment section going to agree with me. Pretty good main event tonight. Rey Mysterio looked good, but went good out there. Logan Paul did good, and we got the closure we needed regarding the Masked Man as Austin Theory, which doesn't feel like the biggest surprise in the world, despite them trying to play it up as such. That's okay. Still working well. I wasn't even surprised either, but I've been knew this. And I've been calling it straight down the middle. If you guys don't believe me, go watch my WWE War Games Reveal highlights. I will have that video pinned on the left-hand corner. And that's all I gotta say. But overall, Monday Night Raw was a decent show for what it was. And I give that show a 5 out of 10. But shouts to Showstopper TV for going live on YouTube. And I'm always been supporting him since day one. Overall, I quite like the WWE Raw tonight. Even if it is the last half hour or so kind of brought my enjoyment down some. Some good matches overall, some nice story progression throughout. Hell, even the ambulance of as didn't bother me as much tonight as the past. LOL. All right, let me go over this quick match results right quick before I get up out of here. The Usos, Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso defeated the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, which was a fun match. WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship match, Cena Pre defeated IV9. Pretty good match in my opinion. WWE Women's World Championship match, Stephanie McCure defeated Raquel Rodriguez, which is a decent match until Nikki Bella came out of nowhere and ruined it. And Logan Paul defeated the Maverick. Logan Paul defeated Rey Mysterio, that was a pretty good match. But anyway, and WWE goes off the air. All right, let me get my honest opinion what I think about WWE Raw. Now WWE Raw was a decent show, and I give that show a 5 out of 10. And yeah, go check out my WWE. Excuse me, go check out my WWE Saturday Night's Main Event review and highlights, and also go check out my WWE War Games review and highlights, and also go check out my check out my AEW Dynamite review and highlights as well too. Anyway, I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I will see you guys tomorrow live on Twitch for some WWE NXT watch along live and reactions. This your boy, Big Boy Snapshot TV. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And give this video 30 likes on this video. And let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of WWE Raw. I told y'all, and I been knew it, that the Masked Man was Austin Theory. And I've been calling it. I've been calling it straight down the middle. And I am never wrong. And we saw Austin Theory at War Games. So Austin Theory super kick CM Punk and curb stomp CM Punk. And that's all I gotta say, because Austin Theory has been hitting a super kick and a curb stomp. That's facts. And no, it's not Jacob Fatu, and no, it's not Seth Rollins, and no, it's not Trick Owens, and no, it's not Montez Ford. Because why would Seth Rollins return at War Games and help out the Vision? That doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense was Austin Theory. Austin Theory was a perfect choice to join the Vision and be the leader of the Vision, because there are a lot of Easter eggs in WWE. But my pick was, my pick was right, that Austin Theory was the leader of the Vision. This was a perfect decision. Now that CM Punk has to feud with Austin Theory, and that's all I gotta say. But this was a perfect decision of Austin Theory joining the Vision, and that's all I gotta say. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think. Am I speaking facts? Y'all let me know. Let me know down below in the comment section, cause I'm speaking nothing but the facts, not speaking nothing but the truth. That was Austin Theory, and I did get that right, and I called it straight down the middle. So put some respect on my name and give me 30 likes on this video. And I'm going to share this video everywhere in my community posts. But I'm going to see you guys on my upcoming world premiere for my WWE Raw review on highlights at around 4 o'clock a.m. on YouTube. So I want you guys to be in my chat for my world premiere. And that's all I got to say. But make sure we get this video at least to 30 likes, please. And I need your help, because I'm on a road to 12K subscribers. And that's all I got to say from here. But anyway, have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys tomorrow live on Twitch for some WWE NXT watch along live and reactions. So I hope you guys will be there. I know my boy TNO Crew is going to pull up. Be the first one on my Twitch, man, in the chat. So that's all I got to say. So stay too sweet, and I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I have a announcement to make. My birthday is in December 28th, coming up this Sunday. And I promise you guys, I am going to go live on Twitch to do my 2-year affiliate anniversary birthday stream on Twitch. So I hope you guys will be there. I've been planning this for a long time, so I hope you guys will be there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can draw some biddies. Y'all can draw some followers. I already know people that's going to get the subs on there, too. It is what it is. I hope people will raid me as well, too. But anyway, enough of me yapping. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I am so ready for Christmas. So make sure you guys spend time with your friends and family on Christmas holidays. Because 2026, we all need to lock in together. Because at the end of the day, it's just too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.